Dicks. Dicks.
Hello.
I mean, I feel it says it all if you've got a comment when there's no dick speaking. Like, if you just got to have dicks in your life.
Specifically when there's no dicks coming.
You're saying there's none around right now? Because, I mean, I have one around me right now. Yeah, but you know what he's like.
Yeah, like at least 4 or 5.
At least 4 or 5.
Speaking of 4, we are all level 4 now.
Dragon Balls.
Try to find the page. Well, we could just call him a cowardly little bitch because that's what he is. Let's just be honest here. Mm-hmm. Running away like the cowards they are. Or even to touch at all. In fact, they were giving their lives for us not to touch it.
Can I get on the map with words? There you go.
It is the grasslands.
Is this what it's
Which is, yeah, I was looking through all the different maps going, wait, which one is it? No, it's not this one. No, it's not this one. God damn it.
It's a very
Grasslands. The bit without any grass on it whatsoever.
It's a very waterlogged grassland we've got going on here. Okay, so still called Unlucky Kamar. Okay, so I've got 2 statuses on me right now. What are they? I know one of them was Fairy Fire. What's the other one?
Sorry, what's this?
Oh, is it Darkness? Is that the other one?
Darkness was one of the spells.
No, darkness is
but that's gone now.
Past now.
Yeah. So it just has the
Yeah, 'cause it's
Yeah, because
concentration
past
spell.
without trace is a concentration spell. We went through this.
Cool. Clear state. Yeah. Oh, that's not. No, no. Cool. I start venturing back across the ice to go and collect my mushroom companion.
All right, there we go. Just for sorry on my end. Sorry if you couldn't hear things on my stream there, folks. For some reason, OBS reset my microphone settings. If you need to see things,
we've been able to hear you just fine.
Laurie's,
yeah, we have the OBS
channel. So either way, I was just letting people on my channel know. So sorry, carry on. What are you doing?
I am traveling back across the ice.
Right.
I'm just being openly a smart ass. Those
I'm
cowards
still
have fled.
waiting.
They're no match for us.
I'm still waiting, keeping guard, just in case. Well, because I don't really know if they've run away, so.
I guess I'll.
For
I
what
was gonna
it's
say I'll sprint, but nah, no point.
for what it's worth, as long as you're taking your time to move, you don't need to bother rolling the acrobatics checks for falling.
Yeah. I want to check.
Cool.
Actually, I'm not sure if there's a drow who is closest or not, but I'm going to check this guy and see if he's got anything on him, anything that might. I mean, if he's got like a sword or anything, I don't really care. I mean, mainly looking for things like, well, first of all, anything valuable, but also if he's got anything on it that might suggest exactly who he might be working for.
Well, on him, specifically, you do recognise a few of these drow. You saw them in your time at Velkenvelve. So you believe that these are at least allied with the faction that had kidnapped you.
Velkenvelve is where we started, right?
Yes, it was where you were imprisoned at the start of the campaign. Beyond that, looking through the pockets, there is the basic equipment: hand crossbow, short sword, crossbow bolts, chain shirt. There is also a vial of some sort of thing that you assume is the poison they apply to their crossbow bolts. And you also find a pouch of 18 gold pieces on this one.
Okay, I'm going to take the gold and what I'm going to assume is poison in the vial. And that's my equipment.
Where it seems like he actually has this vial fitted on his belt so as to so that he can just kind of dip the crossbow bolts in. So it's actually So it's very obvious what it is.
Oh wow, this is actually the first gold I've actually got this campaign. Okay.
To be fair, you got the braces
my level.
that were valuable.
Yeah, they had a value, but they weren't just
gold. Yeah.
I don't crusade for monetary gain.
He says, wielding probably the most valuable object we have.
Yeah, I don't plan to sell it though. What?
Give it time.
I can just imagine the conversation between him and Dawnbringer now. It's like, I need to eat, I'm afraid, Dawnbringer. Just pass it to the merchant. Hello.
It's not me, it's you. You're worth a lot.
You know how
funny that is. Sentimentally, you're worth nothing.
Dawnbringer, you know how I always said you're invaluable? Well, actually, it turns out you're valuable.
If you didn't want to get sold into slavery, you shouldn't have been worth so much money.
You shouldn't have
really,
been
this
stuck
is your
in a
fault.
sword.
So anyway, Dawnbringer jokes aside, what are you doing?
Continuing across the ice myself.
Okay.
Continuing guarding.
Alright, well, I guess while they do that, I'll eventually go over and check what this guy's got.
If you're going to check all the bodies, Laurie, we can do that as, just to make it quicker. They all have the same basic equipment on them. They all have a vial of poison, again, placed on their belt so they can just dip the crossbow bolts in it quickly and fire them. And between them, you manage to rack up another. So this is on top of the 18 gold. You get another, we'll say 42 gold.
You're saying all of them?
No, sorry, there's another two, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's only 2 corpses on the map.
One of them was deleted for reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually got 32 gold, sorry. Mistake.
Okay,
I forgot.
that's oddly convenient.
Oh, cool. Oh, of course, yeah, it'll make it 50 gold exactly. Yeah, that works. My brain is as OCD as I am. All right.
And for reference, I've only taken one of the vials of gold. Not vials of gold, vials of poison.
All right, so there's still...
if anyone else wants some poison, you can take some if you want it.
For what it's worth, you know...
I have my uses for poison. Don't mind me.
For what it's worth, you know, there's probably about 1d10's worth of doses left in that vial. Specifically,
like, if you have to put a number on it.
Let's just say if ever we're going to be using this vial, it's probably pouring it all into somebody's mouth while they're asleep. So I'm trustworthy.
Well, I'm fairly certain that's not an intended use. That would probably work.
That would probably work. So, is anybody doing anything?
Guarding.
All right.
So what's...
No one's told me everyone's run away.
What's actually wrong with...
I mean, at this point you can see Kamar calmly walking back.
What's actually wrong with this one? I'll ask hey, what's wrong with this one?
What's wrong? What? Sorry, Laurie?
As I'm coming, I'll go, so, what's wrong with him?
Turvey is now on his feet for what it's worth. Well, he's sat down looking up, like, conscious again.
Well, if we're all ready to go, then let's get moving. Although I am honestly quite curious as to why they didn't want us to touch the gem.
Maybe we should investigate.
The barbaric hordes probably worship it as a god or something stupid.
Okay, knowledge check. Drow religion.
Go for it. Roll religion.
I assume that they're all idiots that
12.
think Crystal is their god.
This is actually quite common knowledge in the like all the horror stories of the Drow, is that they worship a demon goddess known as Lolth. She is
Lolth.
You don't know much about her with that check, but you do know that she is the goddess of a goddess of evil, chaos. And she is specifically the deity of spiders and poison.
It was more in relation to what Mike said. So it's like, no, this isn't any sort of god, but perhaps if it's some sort of power, we might make some use out of this. And I'm gonna go have a mooch on over and have a look at it. But I ain't gonna touch it. I'm just gonna have a closer look at it.
I pick up my stool, and in tandem we venture.
Well,
once
it's been done, if you pick it up and put it away properly, then that's for dogs, isn't it? Oh no, still what Mike's got.
Sorry,
I helped Turvey up.
Right. He takes your hand as you put him to his feet, kind of brushes himself off, and says, "Thank you." Following you along wherever you go.
Is there any knowledge check I can do for? I mean, this gem is still glowing, right?
Yes, it has been glowing the entire time, providing a certain amount of light for the room. What are you specifically looking into? Like,
are these types of gems common? Is it known what these sorts of things might be? Because I know we've come across gems that have. I know there were mushrooms that were glowing in the dark. I'm just wondering, like, is it known what this thing actually is? I mean, is it going to be that simple, or is this just some sort of strange mystery?
Roll a nature check.
17.
17?
Not bad.
You have definitely heard that there is a lot of strange minerals and gemstones within the undergrounds of Faerun. It's kind of assumed or theorized, that a lot the gemstones and such have a affinity with various magics, and the reason there's so many different kinds of gemstones and such is that there's also so many different kinds of magic, and some arcanists even theorize that certain crystals are just pure magic solidified. There is no kind of set, no particularly agreed upon theory for these kind of things. Although this is one of the main reasons that gemstones are so valuable in trade and such, because being so attuned to magic, it would seem they're quite often used in magical equipment and items. This one specifically could be like this. This fits the bill. It's obviously the shine and stuff gives it the magical aura that you assume. Not magical aura, but it gives the impression that it is also attuned to some sort of magic, similarly to the Therion I just mentioned.
So it is basically Renlan's understanding that is likely just raw magical power inside this gem.
Not necessarily. Like the theory that raw magical power is a thing is very much that. You know of it as a theory. It is like something that scholars throw around. This is not a topic that has been. It's been explored, but it's never been properly kind of mastered, so to speak. So there's still a lot of unknowns, and you don't know for sure.
Like I said, backward savages that worship it like a god.
You don't.
I'm gonna sort of have a wander around this gem and also look in my tome and see if there's any information in there. But right now, Renan's just sort of very, very focused on this thing, as clearly it's very, very important.
Anwar also kind of wanders up and is looking it over. Very interestedly. The other thing that you get out of it, Laurie, is that this is not a crystal that you recognise. It's not a kind of gem stone that you recognise. It's not made up of material you know.
I recognise that bulge.
I'll walk up to Anwar,
Mm-hmm.
give him a pat on the shoulder,
Okay.
and be like, "So, what's the deal?" And I'll cast guidance on him.
Guidance. As the glow kind of goes from your hand into his shoulder, you can see his eyes just kind of flash low divine energy, and he smiles and says, "Well, let's have a looky-see, shall we?"
What could go wrong?
I did not get these fucking character sheets up because I'm an idiot. 2 seconds. We'll roll this.
Okay.
See, I know for a fact that they don't want me to attack it. However, I also made an assumption as we walked in. I made the assumption that these are all just very colourful pieces of ice that also glow, because that's what ice does when it gets really cold.
Yeah, could be.
But they were so very specific that we should never touch the crystal.
I know, it's because it's their god or something, obviously.
It is definitely very cold and could be ice.
That's pretty much what I got from my knowledge checks as I walked into the room. So, yeah, it's
as far as my character's concerned, it's clearly very, very, very magical. Not religious, but very, very magical.
Well, no, as far as Kamar is concerned, no, it's incredibly religious to them, the weirdos. Weird religion. I mean, it's not like it's a sun or anything. I mean, that makes perfect
That's clear.
sense.
I mean, it's clearly more important, isn't it?
Yeah. Like the sun keeps all the good races of the surface alive. Not any of these barbaric monsters down here.
All I'm saying,
Yeah.
certain warlocks also worship the sun.
Yeah, but they're still wrong.
Worship the sun.
Well, okay, they don't worship it. They get their power from it.
I don't get. I better not tell you where I get my power
Well,
from.
listen,
Bro,
I don't know
do they
which
even
patron
praise
you
it?
have, but some definitely do.
Do they even praise it,
It's
though?
probably a good thing you don't.
I mean, probably not. I don't think it would care if you did.
Well, I
Well,
don't know if you will, which is why I'm not going to do anything
Guidance
about it.
is an extra D4, isn't it, Phil? On a
It is,
build
yes.
check.
Extra D4 on any check,
That's a
on
4.
a single check.
Yeah, on the
ability
next skill
check,
check within a
specifically.
minute.
Anwar,
Within a minute while concentrating.
Anwar looks over the crystal, kind of looks it high, looks it low, and then you hear him muttering to himself. And again, his eyes flash. This time with a darker, more arcane energy, and the energy doesn't dissipate like it did with the guidance. Instead, staying on his eyes as you realise he is now looking at the magical aura of the crystal. And you hear him. He then says, "Yes, this is it's definitely powerful, very powerful. It's linked, and he kind of looks around and then looks down. Oh, linked to the room and to those below us. Yeah, that's.
In what way is it linked?
Every single one of them. It's quite that. It's a link. It's the aura itself has tendrils and tentacles, each of which are reaching down into the ice. Every single creature down there has a tendril around them.
I mean, I know it's full of magic, but is it possible that the magic puts them like this? I say, like, pointing at like the nearest one who's under the ice.
It's possible. It's possible it's keeping them like that, possibly keeping them alive down there. There's no degradation of the bodies, so
that could just be because they're preserved.
Can I have a look at some of the bodies? Like, do they look injured or anything?
Roll a medicine check.
A medicine? You're asking a cleric to make a medicine check?
Ugh.
I cast
yes, you'd better
myself.
get it right. That's why.
Because why would I not just cast guidance on myself before
You've
this?
Got the time.
I mean, I guess if Bean wants to be a real asshole,
absolutely.
Like, okay, you cast guidance now, and then you have to wait
23.
to do the other thing. I do that.
No, it's guidance lasts for about a minute, so it's fine.
Guidance lasts a minute, and it takes an action to cast. So it's like,
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, you have to wait until your next turn.
Looking over the bodies, you can see that there is no injuries. There's not even and now you're actually looking over them, you realise that if they were when skin is exposed to like harsh Arctic temperatures, it tends to freeze the liquids and such beneath, the bloods and such, and the skin will take on a very noticeable bluish colour. Not for these. Every single one of them looks like they could be just frozen in time.
Also, they don't appear to be frozen, more in stasis, paralyzed.
Shout, "Oh, let it go!" and move and keep moving.
I get it.
However, you do notice as you're going around there is a single exception to this. The three fingers stuck out of the ice are chipped, eroded, damaged, as if they have just chunked away with time. You have to kind of get close to notice it, just due to the general texture and nature of the fingers. It's hard to see from a distance, but they are very much. You would guess that this is eroded over a time. Not necessarily dead. Like, bear in mind, being a rock giant, these look like stalagmites almost. Like, these do look like just rock structures by their own right. Just looks like it's been worn away by time.
I use 7 points of lay on hands on myself.
Okay.
So I'm back up to full health.
So what's actually under the surface? There's the giant. Did you say there was drow?
There's all
there
sorts
is
of
there's
things.
drow. There is Lagar. There is the single giant. There is Kuotoans. There is Darrow. There's no Surf Neblin.
Because I know there was one of something specific, wasn't there?
Yeah, the giant.
I can't remember what it was.
The giant.
No, there's one of something small, wasn't there?
There's Darrow in there. They're like the.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
They're almost like gnomish creatures. That's what Mojito was. There is.
The thing, because I want to touch the gem, but I also don't want to touch the gem.
You could always get off the ice and then shoot it.
I'll say, I don't
think
we have anything to gain by helping these people out.
Oh, I don't care about helping them. I'm more interested in the power of the gem.
Anwar is still kind of looking at it and looking it over.
From what you've told me, it sounds like if you wanted to take it, it would perhaps free those underneath us, which...
It's part of why I'm concerned. I won't want to free these people out. We don't know how dangerous they are.
And as I said, looking at them, they are probably not the most friendly bunch.
At this point, Flynt says, "Aye, but if the drow don't like them and the drow want to keep them imprisoned, perhaps we've got some allies down there. And he kind of bangs the hilt of his pick on the floor as he does this, sparking up some ice.
I'll just joke and say, well, it's not like you're going to touch it, is it?
I ain't that dumb.
I sit down.
Out of character. God damn it! Somebody touch it.
Being angry all the time takes a lot of energy.
You're the one that wants it.
It's the power my character's after. He just doesn't want to actually.
I'm actually
people.
Here's okay. Haha, this actually might be useful.
Wow, you've got something that could be useful.
No. It's I can use my divine sense to detect celestial beings or undead. So if the things under there are undead, then it's worth finding out.
So it depends if you're going to help, though, doesn't it?
So I can. I don't know how this works.
I'll just get.
I wrote down +1 charisma mod uses. So I guess that's 1 plus charisma. Sorry.
Yes.
So I can use it 3 times a day.
Paladin.
I don't actually know what I roll.
What's the ability called? Divine Sense.
Divine Sense.
So you
just I can detect them more.
Kind of you pull Dawnbringer across your body in a pose that is most familiar to you from your order, kind of almost a prayer-like, well, not so much prayer-like, but a meditative state that allows you to kind of focus your divine energies to the best you can of your ability, and you kind of focus these energies down and out of you, and can feel them spreading along the ground around you and through the air. You normally know that you would feel like almost like you're being stung as these touch the certain evil bodies that they could find, or you'd feel a certain warmth if it touched the celestial beings or something like that. However, there is no sting, there is no warmth as they breeze over the bodies beneath you. There is no reaction, so to speak.
Okay, so I would take from that there are no undead or celestial beings within 60 feet of my line of sight.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. In that case, this is not important information, and I just stay sat down.
I'll just say, honestly, I think this could be useful, but again, it's too much of a risk. I think we should just carry on. I think we should keep moving. I'm just going to sort of like back away and just sort of glance at other people to see what their reactions to that response is.
I mean, I'm just waiting at the exit.
I'm actually kind of staring at him like, that's unusual.
Flynt,
normally you want unlimited power.
As the kind of quiet goes after what Renlan said, Flynt goes, I'm good with that plan if everybody else is. It hurts me to leave this thing standing there if the drow like it so much. Especially if there's help to be found beneath it.
Just because they are enemies of the drow doesn't make them friends of ours.
Indeed. Let's move on.
So is that the plan then?
I'm going to move up to where
unlucky
Kamar is.
Right.
As I see them approaching, I say, "Oh, it's about time," and stand up, dust myself off a little bit, and then. Oh,
out of character. Who has the directions again? Is it?
Me.
Is it Phil? Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
I did search my character sheet to see if I have anything which I could do in the meantime, like play an instrument or something. But it turns out Kamar doesn't do extracurricular activities.
You also
Kamar does killing and just killing.
I might have done. I don't know.
Kamar doesn't do the whole.
I mean, where would you have got an instrument
thing.
in the Underdark?
If it was with my scouting equipment, I'm just saying
They
as an
wouldn't have
example.
kept that.
No, all your starting equipment was kept in a chest.
I thought they kept like all our weapons and stuff, and that was about it.
Hey, just play rock, paper,
It's been a
scissors with a
while.
stool.
You know what? I spent the amount of time praying. I have a holy symbol. That's probably what I would do.
Fair
That sounds like a thing. That is Kamar's extracurricular activities. They're also his curricular activities, but you get the idea.
Oh dear God, Pelor, I'm sorry I have not killed all of your foes yet. I'm working on it, I promise. And I can only assume that's the prayer.
My efforts are constantly unworthy, as there are still hedonistic scum walking the
I
earth.
thought Dawnbringer counted as a holy symbol.
I actually have one, so it doesn't matter. But let's find out.
We just lost somebody.
Yep, lost Phil. It does count. It does.
Here we go.
It does matter because you'd need to have your holy symbol out to cast certain spells in combat. However, I'm actually okay with, if I hadn't said it before, I'm okay with Dawnbringer being your holy symbol because she is a relic of Palor. She is very much a symbol of Palor.
And
I assumed it was like a crucifix type deal. Like necklace kind of
basically anything.
It is, but in the D&D world, like a holy symbol it just needs to be something to represent your god that your faith can push through. And in this case, Dawnbringer is very much that. Like she is much more powerful than a holy symbol. So
my shield's my holy symbol.
Yes.
It's got a giant symbol of Gond on it.
Yep, and it is. It in itself is again a product of your god. It is your god being the god of forges and stuff like that. An actual metal shield is just as much a thing for him as Dawnbringer's for Pelor.
Right, so I guess we continue onwards.
So the party carries on out of the cave, abandoning the nice trap that Beanie had spent all day planning.
It was a
had
trap
admittedly
based
made
on
it
our
obvious.
Blatant trap.
It was a blatant
Obvious
trap. I was just hoping that in Kamar's fitful rage, he would be dumb enough to hit. I was honestly playing on Kamar's racism and hoping that'd work.
Well, no, they clearly worship the weirdly shaped, weirdly coloured shard of ice as a god because they're not very smart. Obviously,
that's obviously true. All right,
backward savages.
As you head out of the tunnel, the floor starts to slope upwards a bit, and you do journey away from the ice cavern. The floor once more stone as opposed to iced over.
For what it's worth, I pull out the directions again and direct.
You are now the director.
Give me 2 seconds. I need to roll some stuff.
Some totally fine stuff. We're not about to bump into anything, are we? Totally not going to happen. It's going to be safe all the way there.
I mean, even if it was not, we're generally quite fine. Generally. I sometimes nearly die. It's fine. We get over it. We have fun here. How many times has Kamar nearly died?
A few.
Yeah, like it's more than once.
Nearly died.
Yeah.
That's
like,
yesterday.
I've never actually died, unlike at least 2 of us. But
hey, no, I'm the only one that's died from what I remember.
No, Flynt died as well because of the spectres. I didn't actually die.
Did he?
As you are travelling through the corridor.
He got reduced below 1 max health and just died.
Actually. Pardon me. I will need to put this map up. Yeah. Boop.
Is that the third cracked mud one?
You're saying
yeah, I'm putting you guys on it, so don't worry.
Okay, there we go.
Could you organise yourselves on this tunnel here?
Let's go with that.
That seems pretty logical.
Is that good? Alright.
Yeah, that was our last travel thing. So
that works for me. In that case, let's see. I need you.
Go on.
Oh, hey.
You.
Turns out there's a drow priestess on the way.
No.
Oh, and there's also a drow warrior.
Oh.
And hey, embedded in the wall, there is a squark.
Hey, that's a very artistic drawing of the Skrell we had last time.
And also,
Thank you very much.
I'm leaving that, but I am
also a drow mage.
As you are travelling down the corridor, you
not what I meant to do.
are suddenly once more ambushed by the drow as 3 crossbow bolts fly into the party. As this happens, you hear one of them say, "I told you they wouldn't fall for such a stupid trick. Had to try it. I honestly didn't expect them to be that intelligent.
It's fair.
At which point, I will need to roll these attack rolls. And yeah, because of Pass Without a Trace, their stealths were in like the 20s and 30s. None of you.
Well, of course they were.
None of you had a
Who
chance.
knows,
Just throw it out there.
So,
Does my passive perception of 10 see them?
no.
Just throwing it out there. Surely someone was keeping a lookout.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
I mean,
Unless they were literally directly in front of me. No,
that's
I'm
what passive perception is when you're traveling. Like that is what it is, unfortunately. You've obviously got
I'm
your
guessing
penalty to that due to reading instructions and such.
And I'm guessing
But
it gets
Initiative time?
Either way, if you'd rolled, no, I need to do their attacks first. Even if you'd rolled, I think you'd have struggled to beat their stealth there because again, Pass Without Trace, it's broken.
From the way I understand the rules, active
I
perception.
don't know, that's pretty good there, 23.
That wouldn't have seen any of them. I think
Ah,
the priestess rolled a 16 or so, which would have gone to 26. I think 26 was the lowest.
well.
Bear in mind, also most of them have points in stealth. 19 on Kamar
Oh boy.
is a hit.
Boy.
So Kamar, you take a crossbow bolt to the chest. I'll need a Constitution save from you.
Also, as
The two from
I will
back.
point out that yes, that still hits me, but I would have pulled my shield out again while we were marching.
That's fine.
The only reason I had put it away before was because I was carrying stool across the ice. So
And
con save, you say?
you know what? This is going to be attacking each of you because you three are the most obvious targets. They don't want to target the dwarfs, and nobody else looks that easier target. Or
What are you talking about?
Matt says hi,
Stool's
by
gonna-
the way.
hey, Wookie.
Stool's going to destroy
Is he-
everything.
What? I'm guessing Wookie's not not at home yet. He's probably on his way home from work. So sorry. The one on Cobalt. That's a natural 20. And the one on Renlan. That is a 26. That's a hit.
Ow.
So I need all of you to roll me a Constitution save.
I got a 14.
Oh no. I got
That
a
is-
4.
Yeah.
That's kind of like 14.
It's half of 14. You see,
I
because
mean-
14 is
Yeah,
two digits, whereas this is
get-
only one of the digits.
I get what you're saying, but it's not how math works.
Oh.
This is unfortunate for you guys. So,
What the hell happened to your roll?
first off, damages.
It's okay, I still have part of my temporary HP on me, seeing as I killed people earlier.
Cobalt, you take 9 points of damage. Piercing damage from the crossbow bolt. Kamar, you take 4 points of damage.
Did I
And-
pass the DC, by the way?
You did. I'll sort that in a minute. And
Oh, okay.
Renlan, you take 8 points of damage.
Damn it!
Does the 4 include the reduction?
No, it doesn't. So that'll
So
be
1.
My brain is not working all of a sudden. Sorry, it's been a long day at work.
It was 4 damage and minus 3 for the heavy armor master.
It definitely wasn't 4 damage. It was 7, 8 even. If I said 4, I was wrong. So he's got a
You
plus 4
said
bonus.
4.
He's got a plus 4
Definitely said
bonus.
4.
So I was again long day at work. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, if
if
you're
he's got a plus 4 bonus and you said 4, if the roll was 4, then it'd be 8 damage, which is fine. So, and that would be reduced to 5 damage. Which, that's okay. Well, I mean, I'd rather not, but it's okay.
I've sent Matt a message since he seems to be on map tools, so I don't know if he's actually free to join us, or if he's just only got access to map tools somehow.
He's actually at home.
He can do apparently. So yeah, he'll be joining us in a bit. That's good.
That's going to completely mess up
because-
everything.
I've got a second scene for it.
Well, considering the time anyway, we could just go for a break and you can fix it while we're on break.
Well, so can we resolve this thing up first?
Oh,
Just
yes.
so, as the crossbow bolts hit, Kamar, you feel the poison once again enter your system and shrug it off as you realize yourself, how pathetic this poison is. At which point you hear a
What do you
clunk
think?
as both Renlan and Cobalt just collapse to the floor unconscious.
I
Now,
think
here's a
about how...
question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a disease?
Also one. It's not a disease. It's a poison.
Well,
Sorry, who? Me and who else?
Cobalt and Renlan. I'm going to use the actual disabled for you because you're not Although you're prone actually as well, I guess, so that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I think to myself like, oh, these pathetic creatures using the same weak poison that couldn't even hurt her. Ba-doom. Yep, seems about right.
And yes, we'll be doing initiatives. So if you guys, we may as well take a quick break here while we get Matt into the call. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. So cool.
I'm gonna roll initiative now. And then if it's bad, I'll roll it again when you get back.
That's fair.
That's how it works. Yeah. It's not too bad.
I just got the weirdest chat.
What was that?
Hello.
A site
Hey.
for sex dating was posting in my
Sex
chat.
dating.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, is it a bot?
Possibly.
Oh, I love porn bots. They are funny as shit sometimes.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, you're designing a bot. Why
Also, hey,
can't
Matt.
you design a bot that has a grasp of the English language?
Yeah.
Usually because you don't have a grasp of the English language.
Yeah, it's fine, but, like, at a certain point, you gotta be able to figure out one sentence correct. And it's the one sentence you're spamming over and over.
That's like saying, why don't you develop a bot who knows how to do quantum physics? Except you can't if you don't know how to do quantum physics.
It's a little different in scale, isn't it? Like,
It's a little
through
different in
sheer trial and
scale.
error, you'll eventually get English, or a single sentence in English right. Just by rearranging the words over
Yeah,
and over.
but through sheer trial and error, you will get quantum physics.
What's that, like a million monkeys on a million typewriters will eventually...
Infinite monkeys, infinite typewriters, you eventually get the complete works of Shakespeare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Except you no longer need the monkeys or typewriters because you can write a script to do it.
Yeah, so a million scripts writing a million, just randomly producing characters.
Will eventually get
someone
English.
actually did it.
Yeah, there's actually a place you can go. I know it's from a Vsauce
Like,
video.
I
smart.
think, I don't think they did the complete works, but they did get a decent chunk of it apparently at one point.
Well, no, there's
like,
a
slight bits wrong or something.
assuming it's still up. This was a while ago that Vsauce covered it, but there's a website out there that that you can go to, and it's like a library. It's an archive which has every single random letter permutation in the English language. So you can go there and you can type in any single sentence, and it will take you to the part of the archive, the digital library where it exists.
So
Yeah, someone did something similar with pi. They use pi as a way of storing numbers.
As interesting as this conversation is, are we ready?
Well, actually, I was just going to say, I'd like to point out something. Since the cameras have changed, like the crops and all that scenes went weird, and now on my screen I've got a crop of just Phil's window, but the way it is, it kind of looks like the window's open, so it spooked me out. It's like, wait, somebody hacked my PC and showing me like my opened window, like, but no,
That's
it's
some horror movie shit.
yeah, but that's why it
What you
spooked me
realise,
out.
Beanie, is I'm in the room next to you.
Oh, hey Phil, you were supposed to wave it. Yay! There we go. Anyway,
Ready?
so yeah, is anybody actually wanting to take the break for a break, or?
Would you guys believe
We
this is not
started like
rehearsed?
half an hour ago, so.
Ugh,
Yeah, we didn't
that's
start
actually
early.
fair, yeah. All right. Okay, so everybody roll me initiative.
I got a 14.
Does that include me?
I mean, you're here,
Your
so-
That includes your
Yeah.
yeah. So actually, to catch you up, Matt, how much did you actually listen in on, if any?
Something about, I think I got there just as Drow appeared.
That's
Okay,
pretty
that's
much all
fair.
you've missed out on.
The whole party is there. You've just basically the Drow attempted to trick the party into triggering a nasty ice trap. However, the party was too smart for them and have headed away. And now the Drow have ambushed the party within a tunnel, leaping out from the shadows and the sides of the wall, and immediately disabling two of the party with their poison bolts.
Awesome.
So, Cobalt.
6.
Turvy is my roll. 16. Stool, that's 18. Why do these guys get high?
Because they're NPCs.
Come on.
NPCs are weak.
Plus Willem's a
14.
mushroom, so he kind of gets higher for himself.
What was that? Sorry, 14.
14.
Flynt got 8. Anwar, what'd you get?
also got 8.
You've got a higher dex than Flynt, though, by quite a bit.
Oh, it's much
Renlan?
higher.
12. And that's a 20 for Eldith. Alright. I'm going to put in these 4 individually statted and so 4 individually initiatived characters.
Oh boy.
Arranging numbers with Beanie. Whee!
Well, that is D&D.
That is D&D. You are correct.
I miss Mathfinder.
Why?
Because I loved.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was great because you could go. I'm going to make this character that does this thing, and there's 50 different things that let me do this thing. It's great.
Or you could DM and say, I'm going to use this thing that I've not used before. It does 50 different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. You've got
50 different things for every player in the party.
DM
it's great.
DM Mythic, then tell me it's great. Sorry, DM Mythic in the teens
ignore
levels.
Mythic.
Ignore Mythic. DM the teens. Like, even that said, I'm not complaining. If given the chance, I would totally run Rise of the Rune Lords again, which is a Pathfinder campaign that goes up to level 18, and that is amazing. Like,
Yeah,
I will fully admit that Pathfinder is good.
We got up to 17, I think, but technically the last battle cost us 18.
The last battle would have leveled you to 18 if I'd have chosen to continue in a way, but I decided that was a good ending. Like, it just was a good ending. So,
yeah.
Anyway, initiatives done. So, first to react is the base drow. Oh, so for what it's worth, actually, to describe these people. First off, there is this guy, which is the mercenary. He is Drow Spider. He was the one that seemed to want to fool you. This is the one that escaped with him, the Drow minion. This one you recognise again from Vulcanvelve. He was one of the lieutenants or the one of the head priestess's right-hand men.
For the record, I don't recognise him. They all look the same to me.
That's fair. But for those that aren't
the clear female.
And this one is also recognised from Vulcanvelve. You believe that she was the apprentice of the head priestess effectively. Effectively the second in command. Now, the first react is the base drow, who is just going to send another shot flying, this time at Anwar. Only got the one attack. That's 13, which is going to miss. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Anwar, you kind of duck down and bring your gun up, actually like blocking the crossbow bolt and ricocheting it into the floor. The drow, having revealed himself, is then actually going to be on the grid and moves over here in front of the priestess, who actually, I forgot, did do something during the surprise round. I just forgot to mention.
Shot someone?
Nope. She
cast a spell.
Yeah, strange that.
Spell on you.
Was it fairy fire? Because they love that spell.
Actually, yes, it was. You're all around, all clustered together. 20-foot radius. Yes. Everybody roll me a reflex save. Minus Renlan and Cobalt, who are just going to fail automatically because they're unconscious.
Say reflex, you mean dex?
I'm pretty sure we still get to make
save,
the
yeah.
save. We just have disadvantage.
How? You're unconscious, you're unaware. You have no reason to dodge.
You automatically fail dex saves.
It's as easy to get you as it would be a check.
Which happened first? Us being unconscious or fairy fire?
Does make a difference.
You guys being unconscious. She's smart enough. Yeah, she's smart enough to wait. So no, you don't get to dexterity save at all. I'm afraid. Corpses can't dodge. Sorry, unconscious people can't dodge. Slip of the tongue, honest.
Sure they can. You move back to sleep.
Flynt definitely fails. Eldith actually passes that, I believe. Yeah, Eldith passes. Thank you, whoever's marking them for me. Stool and Turvey. Stool is.
It's not like I can do anything else.
Stool fails. Turvey makes it.
I got 12. Did I make it?
You made it.
Now I've got people on my face. Yay.
So, Eldith, Turvey, and Kamar all kind of duck and move to the side in order to dodge the harmless purple fireball that envelops the rest of the party. Now dancing around their forms. Which does mean that he actually gets advantage on his attack against Anwar. That's a nat 20.
Of course it is.
I don't need anything, I swear.
Yep.
Could you roll me a Constitution save, Matt? And you
Yep.
take 8 points of damage from the crit.
Yep.
So actually, just while I think about it, and what is down to 19? Renlan, what do you go down to, health-wise?
Well, I had 10 HP on before, so now I'm at 30 out of 35.
Fuck your poison.
Cobalt, what do you go to?
27.
And Kamar?
35 out of 40.
Right. Cool, and that passes the Constitution save. You feel something enter your body as the crossbow hits you, but you're able to resist off the effects. Next to react is Eldith, who is going to... She fails the intelligence check, so she's going to step up and swing at Spider.
Why was that a really not smart thing to do?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. She fails the intelligence check. She
Now, should
realised
I
this
hit
is
a drow? Yes.
That wasn't what she was rolling it for.
That doesn't sound like a not smart thing to do.
2 attacks.
At the very least, Kamar is a pillar of intelligence. He's going to do that.
Brings round the Warhammer twice, swinging it at the drow, but both times he just easily steps back, not needing to put much energy into dodging it at all.
Told you the first time, I'm not into tabletop war games. Stop bringing that around my house. No?
That one on the intelligence check. Stool just kind of
Go
crouches
ahead,
and
Mike.
doesn't seem
Go
to know
ahead.
what to do. Like, he tries to make himself as small a target as possible, effectively taking dodge action. Turvey fails the intelligence check. My god, this isn't even a high DC, they're just really fucking it up. He is going to... He's kind of unsure as to what to do.
Turn into a werewolf and jump on them and shred them.
No, he's not.
This is not what it is.
He just kind of backs. He just kind of backs up, not sure what to do, not really believing himself to be combat capable, so to speak. Like, he's not confident in combat. And he doesn't. Although he pulls out his war pick, he doesn't go in for an attack. Although he does ready one if anybody gets close to him. Drow Spider. He is going to...
Which one's the spider one? Is it the mage?
This guy. He laughs at Eldith's attempts to hit him and steps backwards, provoking an attack of opportunity, which she hits him with. Even as he laughs, the warhammer comes close and actually almost goes for his head, but he just manages to dodge just a little bit, and it catches him instead in the shoulder bone below the neck. Making a nasty cracking sound. What's the damage? 1d. 1d8. That's 3 points of damage because Eldith is so combat capable. Where's my stat card? There it is. Boop. Alright. He then brings his crossbow up and mutters something in anger at her, which nobody else can hear, and fires a crossbow shot at her. Yep. That's 22, that's a hit. Sorry if I'm slower than normal, by the way. I'm super tired today.
You're not particularly slower than normal.
We're not. I'm just... My tiredness is making me...
Ironically,
more
the only thing that slowed you down was you describing how you were actually being slower now.
You see, this is what happens when I'm tired. In my head, I overcompensate for it.
I understand that, like, when you're doing stuff like this, there's the paranoia over just dead air, so don't worry about it. It's necessary. This is D&D.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of dead things in here.
But if we won't actually kill the air at some point.
And Eldith passes the Constitution save easily. But she does take crossbow bolt to the breast.
Right in the tip.
Kamar, your turn.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I hit him. And because I moved 10 feet in a straight line... Wait, is this 10 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get to use my charger feat. Hooray! Which gives me plus 5 damage.
This is the new feat that Kamar picked up with his level up instead of an ability score increase.
Because my logic was, if I'm charging, I get plus 5 damage to this. If I got an ability score increase, I'd maybe get plus 1.
That's fair.
But ability
So-
score increases also include your 2 hit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Roll your attack then.
Hitting's irrelevant when you have +5 damage.
Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing.
Okay, so just making sure this doesn't actually affect the attack roll. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay, so I don't actually get. Oh no, this is only when I use. It's only when I use dash. Never mind. But still, I'll do that anyway. Attack him anyway. So I don't get +5 damage to this.
Oh yeah, 'cause it gives you an extra attack after a dash.
It gives you,
doesn't
yeah. It's you can use an attack action on bonus actions if you take the dash action, which will come into
Okay.
play, but not right now. So so this is +7 because Dawnbringer. Plow 19.
19 is a hit.
I murder this man. Can't. Oh my god, why haven't I
No,
written this down?
just to make that clear, Mike, the charger feat, it allows you to make one attack. It doesn't give you an attack action. So you couldn't use, for example, your extra attack with that. It'd just be the one attack. I literally just looked it up. Literally just had the book
Yeah,
open.
I just want to make sure that it's not different on the 5ed tool thing I'm reading from.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
Okay, no, I will do the damage. Just need to discuss this first. Because the actual wording of it is when you use your attack action, when you use your action to dash, you can use a bonus action to make one melee weapon attack.
Yes.
But that's not an attack action.
No. It would specifically say attack action if it was.
Right, so it actually use the word action. Okay,
Yes.
so that would be you get to attack, but not add your strength modifier.
No, you
No,
can
you
still
still
you
have
get
your
to-
your
strength
strength.
Yes, it's all your
It's just you only
normal
get to
attack.
make a single attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
Your
so if you
attack
have
action.
the attack action feat, I won't get 2 attacks from that.
Yes.
Okay,
No, if you've got extra attacks, you don't get to make your extra attacks.
okay,
Yeah.
cool,
Right.
that's fine.
But you can still use stuff like smite and things like that on it.
Okay,
If you've precast it, I suppose, yeah.
He's a paladin, he doesn't need to precast smites.
Certain
Smite
smites
spell,
are bonus
yeah.
actions.
Smite spells, yeah, but
Yeah.
the actual smite class
The
spells.
actual
Yeah.
divine smite,
That's
yeah,
fine.
no.
Yeah.
anyway, my damage is. I should write this down.
And this is on the base drow, isn't it?
1d8 +5, right?
I will just guess this, despite the fact that he's at full health.
Well, it's 1d8 +5, so if he has 6 health, he dies. 10 damage.
Oh wow, no. He just survives.
He had 11, didn't he?
He has 11.
Could have smoked him, but I chose not to.
As you rush up, Dawnbringer's glow intensifies, almost as if anticipating the kill, and the blade does go right across from hip up to his shoulder on the opposing side, carving a line in his chest. He brings a hand down to kind of hold his body together, but he is still standing. As you do this, Dawnbringer's light is brought to bear against this drow and the priestess, both who have to kind of turn their heads away from it, unused to the bright light.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the priestess standing? Is she actually?
She is there. Like she is.
Also, if it's
Think of it as they were kind of close up against the wall.
Oh, okay.
Like using the shadows as much as possible. Like they're actually
Trying to
pressed
make
up
sure they're
enough
not
that you
in a
guys could
line.
walk past them without noticing them. Like quite close.
if it's relevant as well, I would be having Dawnbringer's light on full blast.
And so that's 30 feet. So it's
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I
So
always forget this. So I will
the
double
elite
check, but I
warrior
think
is
so.
just in range of that, but the spider is not.
Although you can probably see Eldith is fighting something.
I would. When the blaze called forth. Okay, yeah. So it's actually 30 feet and 30 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
But you do realize that they actually had kind of timed their attack so as to like position themselves in the shade, even using your own party as shadows against the sunlight in order to
That's
get the
fine.
best attacks off. But they can't really do that in the midst of combat, so they do get their sunlight sensitivity, unfortunately.
it's not really a consideration of Kamar. It's more just this is a thing that is happening, so you may want to take it into account.
You can use your extra attack now if you want to. Like that was
I
your
don't have
attack
extra
actions. Oh, you don't?
I don't have. No, I don't have
Ah,
it. Just
fair
if and when I get it.
Yeah, that's
no,
fifth,
it's not relevant.
fifth level is when you get it. Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you want to level me up right now, I'll take
nope.
it. You're welcome to. Is all I'm saying.
Renlan is asleep.
I wouldn't be offended.
The
Wait, don't I get to?
priestess.
don't
No,
you get to
no
roll
saves.
Oh
Drop-
wow!
drop
so I'm
poison is
just
nasty.
out of combat.
There's a reason that I just justified it that they like kidnapped you so easily. There's poison. And there is also a reason that I've been rolling intelligence checks with the NPCs. They've just been rolling shit, unfortunately.
What, to like shake you awake kind of thing?
Who knows?
Oh, damn it.
The priestess is going to cast a spell, strangely, as she brings forward a obsidian spider-shaped symbol. The air around her starts to darken, and you can see, almost like dark angry spirits, starts to claw at the air and the area around her, up to a 15-foot radius from her, meaning that Kamar is caught within the cloud of angered spirits. You just need to double check what that does, or when that triggers. Sorry.
So triggered right now. I mean, Kamar probably is pretty triggered by this.
He usually is, to be fair.
Yeah. It's like his standard state of being is triggered.
I believe it's a wisdom save for what it's worth, but I just want to double check it.
It is a wisdom save. I'm looking at... That's... Oh, I'm actually proficient in wisdom saves. Yay. Oh, no, it's intelligence that I'm terrible at. Yep.
Yep, make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a whole +2. Because I'm proficient in it. But get nothing from the bonus because I've got 0 bonus. So blah, 15.
15. That should be enough.
It was enough to resist the fairy fire.
Yep.
So it was 14.
Fairy fire was a spell-like ability as opposed to a spell. Slightly different. But in this case, yeah, that's enough to resist the effects. Do you still take half damage? Damn it.
I don't even know what spell you're casting right now, so I can't help it.
So you do feel the spirits clawing at you and attempting to drain away your life force in a necrotic attack.
Rude.
That would be half down to 9 damage.
So it's like half damage.
That would have been 18 without, if you'd have failed the save. And for what it's worth, whilst you're in this radius, your speed is halved. Also, I didn't put a thing on because this moves with her.
So that said, I'm assuming this is a concentration spell. Doesn't that mean fairy fire disappears?
Did Beanie fuck up? Beanie fucked up.
Yeah.
Fairy fire does indeed disappear because Beanie fucked up. Beanie does that a lot recently, especially when tired.
Advantages of Beanie being stupid.
Now, just throwing it out there, is this a disease?
It is not.
Dang it.
What are you, me?
Oh, but I will take it. I will take 9 damage on Kamar as opposed to the fairy fire.
I would rather you didn't, honestly. I'd much rather they be fairy fired.
She is then going to back up over.
Like, if that's an option, I'll take that.
Anwar, your turn.
Oh, goody. Right. I am going to... You know what? I'm going to take a shot at the Drow Priestess.
Shots.
And because, of course, we profiled there's combat going on anyways, everyone already knows we're here. I'm going to make it a...
Thundering shot.
Yes, that one.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Okay, so that is... Thunderbonga. Oh, damn it. And while one sec. I need to remember the actual that's this. No, I'm just gonna need to manually.
Yep, no worries.
Now I need to remember what half my abilities do.
That's not 20. Alright. Yes, so that's a crit.
That is Wait, like 46.
Wait, which one did you shoot?
Priestess.
Good.
2d6.
So
wow, okay, so 46 rolled 9.
Unlucky.
17 total.
Yep. So
that's genuinely depressing.
If you knew what health she was on, you'd be even more depressed. Anwar, you see this cloud of angry spirits appear around the priestess, immediately realise who's at fault for it, and bring your gun to bear.
Aren't we doing the thing where the extra dice are automatically maxed? Or...
No, that's
I think it's
game.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering, wasn't sure we carried that over. Never mind, ignore me.
Never. I wouldn't know.
So she also needs to make a concentration save.
So, no, what? Okay, I got interrupted there and it immediately made me distracted. So, Anwar, you see the cloud of angry spirits appear and immediately realise who's at fault, bring your gun to bear and fire a shot. The whole tunnel vibrating with the sound of the cannon fire.
Ooh, I like this.
This slams through her chest, leaving a hole, going through and through, leaving a hole, quite a large hole in her chest, although she is going to need to make a concentration save to see if she holds a spell. She fails it as well.
If the entire place vibrates, does that mean that me and Cobalt may wake up?
Nope.
That's pretty loud. If it's just regular sleep.
It's pretty loud, but...
It's not regular sleep.
Okay.
It's more the vibration rather than the sound I was going for, but...
Either way.
I will say...
Oh.
I will say you can remake your constitution saves with that.
13?
Also 13.
Bear in mind, I'm only allowing this because I plan on doing horrible stuff with this loud noise in the future. So I can't justify that if I'm a dick here. That is exactly what you needed. As the loud shot rings out, the explosive sound is enough to wake both Cobalt and Renlan from their induced sleep. So you two are no longer unconscious, but you are still prone, obviously. You can act when it gets to your turns.
Did we recognise what spell it actually was that she cast?
You can roll a Arcana check or a Religion check if you want. If you, it'd be Arcana.
Yep.
I don't really care. I know it's just evil. It needs to die.
18.
You recognise that, although it's a divine spell, which isn't in your repertoire, you do recognise this one. It is Spirit Guardians. Basically, it summons a area around the caster of spiritual guardians that will attack their enemies within range of the spell.
Awesome.
And slow their movement. Flynt is not going to need to make the intelligence check because they've already woken up. He's just going to swing his pick at the Drow Elite. Also, that's not the one that was the coward. That's the... this is a new... Well, this is the one originally from Valkenvalve, not the mercenary.
Okay, so he's not the Drow.
Nope. Flynt brings his pick up. The elite warrior simply brings around a short sword in his left hand, the crossbow that he shot with originally being in his right, brings his short sword around and parries the attack easily. It is then his turn. He will... He drops the crossbow in his right hand, flips the short sword from his left to his right, using part of the momentum of the parry, and stabs at Flynt twice. Disadvantage because he's in the sunlight. So that's a miss and a miss. It seems like the light itself is causing him to fail his attacks here, unfortunately. And seeing this, he actually backs up over to here, a bit out of the range of the light.
Provoking attack opportunity?
He does provoke an attack opportunity from both. Well, no, just from Flynt, because Eldest has already done hers. That is going to hit, I believe. Need to get Flynt's sheet open. Two stuck-ons.
No.
Wow, the rude.
No.
Rudest.
No.
But not the rudest dude. Because that would be a compliment, I believe. I don't honestly know what it means. Yeah, that's it. So 1d8 plus 3.
So here's a thought. Not right now, but if I was to use the dash action, but then just run around in circles for a while, and then use the bonus action to attack. Would that work? I don't need to run for 10 feet in a straight line, but that could totally work, right? Because then I could get more damage out of it.
What do you mean? Sorry,
No, never mind.
Don't even.
As Flynt goes to the attack, whilst the attack should have hit by all means, the drow brings his short sword down and actually flips it into the crook of the pickaxe and brings it upwards, causing the attack to miss.
Okay.
Cobalt, your turn. You've just awoken. You've got a hell of a headache from that loud ringing noise in your ears.
Stand the fuck up.
That's fair.
Take a quick look around, see what's going on. See, there's still fighting going on.
Seems like there's fighting going on, and there are drow around.
I dislike that. Flynt's still next to me, isn't he?
Flynt is still next to you.
Better question. Is this guy or this guy wearing metal?
Ooh, I like this stuff.
This guy is not.
Shocking grasp.
This guy is wearing clothing. You can't actually see any armor on him.
Well, never mind.
He's wearing dark,
Good idea.
robish clothing. I believe
Has Flynt got his war pick?
He does.
Ow.
He has just taken a swing at the guy with it. In fact.
Maybe not. That's not that great. And I can see the priestess is quite injured.
Yes, both her. Basically, that side, the Kamar side of the corridor, seems pretty damn injured.
I helped.
And what did help?
Not so much this side.
Not that side at all, it would seem.
Help is needed on the south.
Yeah, it very much looks like Eldif and Flynt are a bit outclassed by these two.
What weapons are they wielding?
This guy dropped his crossbow and is wielding a short sword. This guy is currently wielding a crossbow. Hand crossbows, specifically.
Oh, he's gonna shoot hands at you.
Oh shit.
Not Hans!
Oh, not Hans! I need to watch Die Hard.
Not Christmas Rider.
Well, yeah, you gotta wait
Christmas
until
movie,
you
don't you know.
The greatest Christmas movie.
It is the greatest Christmas movie.
I'm straight.
I got people at work who disagree with me. They're wrong.
Oh
They
no,
are indeed wrong.
it's not the greatest, but it is second only to Muppets Christmas Carol.
Pretty good movie.
Christmas Carol is pretty good, yeah.
Alright.
Muppets Christmas Carol isn't as good as Nightmare Before Christmas, though.
I've never seen it, can't judge.
That's alright.
Also, it's not really well defined if that's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie.
Yes, the answer is
Yeah,
yes.
it's a bit of both, really.
It has Christmas in
Kind
the
of half and
title.
half.
Yeah, but it also has the word nightmare in the title.
Yeah,
It
but
has the word
doesn't-
Halloween in the title.
And
it doesn't
Halloween
have the
is
word
before
Halloween.
Christmas.
It doesn't say Nightmare Before Halloween, does it?
Well, given this guy's probably going to get up close and personal,
I say.
I'm a guiding bolt him.
Okay, roll your attack.
You can guide my bolt anytime. Yeah.
No.
I'm half asleep and bringing my B game.
No.
Leave me alone.
No.
No.
Even if you're awake, no.
Range spell attack, which is our proficiency bonus hasn't gone up, has it? No,
No.
that's next level.
I feel like it should.
It's next
No.
level.
I feel like it should right
It goes
now,
up
though.
surprisingly slowly. That
13.
is unfortunately going to be a miss as the as you bring your shield forward and the golden bolt shoots out of it. The drow just steps aside and kind of watches as the light disappears into the
No,
darkness
I-
and fades away out of range.
Roll like somewhat decently today, besides that one medicine check.
No.
Anything else, Phil?
Nope.
In that case, it's back to the top. Unfortunately, you didn't get a turn that round, Laurie, just because you were asleep during your turn. The
Exactly.
drow.
He spent his turn sleeping.
That is true. The drow.
Oh, was I at the bottom? Was I at the bottom of the leaderboard? Or the
No,
leaderboard?
you were in the middle. That was the problem. Cobalt was at the bottom and he got a turn for it. Unfortunately, Cobalt's being slow coming
Haha!
up, which is unfortunately one of the flaws of the initiative system. But hey,
Not
it's fine.
really. It makes sense.
Well, you have to kind of-
kind of. I mean, technically, if you're doing it properly, Renlan should have probably got a turn when he woke up. Like, that would make more sense, because then he's quicker to react as he woke up than Cobalt was, who was slower to react.
Has always worked perfectly fine, in my opinion. It works perfectly fine, as long as you don't really see it as, like, the top and bottom of the round. If you see it as, like, these people get to act in this order starting here, and then you just see it as a continuous flow of turns, rather than saying, this is the top, this is the bottom, then it works perfectly fine.
It is. Well, that's completely fine.
Didn't Anwar get a turn in between me and Phil?
Did who, sorry?
Yes.
Somebody did. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, well, it just makes sense. Like, you've got to do it some way.
It's
we
fair.
can't all do it.
That's fair. As I say, it's fair. It makes sense mechanically. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not going to go against it. I'm just saying, like, basing it on the law of what the rolls are, like you being quick, it would make more sense that Renlan got a turn and not Cobalt, but I'm not. Let's say I'm not changing it because I can't be asked. The Drow is going to cast Fairy Fire. No, he's already done that today. He can't do that. Instead, he is going to...
Die?
He is going to throw up a darkness centered on Dawnbringer to lower the level of the sunlight.
Does that work?
Which one of them's casting
That's okay. As I explained this last week, the darkness rules are weird. The way I'm justifying it in this way is that the darkness spell basically, I believe it lowers a light level.
It does, yeah.
So just to make it easier, I'm just saying that Dawnbringer is still basically providing light. It's just no longer providing sunlight. It's basically dimmed the light, so to speak.
Okay.
Well, it's always providing sunlight. It's just only doing dim light now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So the sunlight has gone to dim light. Just because its light rules are weird, and it's just easier to do this way.
Although for the record, it's still considered sunlight.
It's
no, that's what I'm saying. It's got rid of the sunlight condition. That's what I'm saying. This darkness is doing. That's all it's doing. Like quite legitimately, it's bearing in mind the idea of sunlight isn't the like UV and all the scientific things you're thinking of there. It's the brightness of it. Like sun is bright.
Okay.
So that's all the Drow can do is on his turn. Eldith.
No, Drow eyes are just really, really, really sensitive to UV. That's all it is.
Yes, that's the. Although
if they get too much vitamin D, they'll burst into flames.
Weirdly, the fact they're dark skinned makes absolutely no sense, because the reason we have humans that have dark skin is because it makes them more resistant to not UV but something else. Wait, no, it is more resistant to UV.
It is UV.
The thing I was thinking of is what is in their skin that makes them resistant to UV. So it makes
melanin.
no sense that Drow are black.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, well.
Well, you see, it's because of magic.
That is fair. That's a fair assumption. So, Eldith swings her Warhammer, misses once, hits once. She does 8 points of damage to Spider. Not bad. Stool is still taking dodge. Turvey is still just backed up, ready to attack if someone gets close, but not really willing to go into the fight himself. Drow Spider is going to back away from Eldith again. Provoking attack opportunity. And getting hit. He was really hoping his high AC would pay off. Fortunately, it's only 1 damage. As he kind of backs away from the attack, and it only grazes against him. He then fires again at Eldith. That is 21, that's going to hit. That is 10. He's also going to have Hunter's Marked her this time, so that's 12. Which means Eldith is very low right now. She's looking very injured. Quite frankly, she is on 1 hit point.
That's unfortunate.
Fortunately, being a dwarf, she resists the poison. Kamar, your turn. This guy just dimmed your sword. And for about a second now, he's looked quite smug about it.
He has wronged me on a religious level. He dies now.
That's fair.
Boy, I sure hope I don't miss.
Like, he is, again, just holding himself together here.
There we go.
He is his own,
16.
like, sewn together wound. That's a hit. Which, quite frankly, considering he's on 1 hit point, means he's dead.
Sure.
Suddenly, the cavern once more, or the tunnel once more, fills with sunlight as the Drow's death causes the spell to fade. And Dawnbringer once more glows.
I point my sword at the Drow priestess and say, "You're next, heathen."
Okay. Do you want to use your movement at all?
No.
Okay.
I want them to run from me, Beanie. I want them to run.
Do you not want to kill the heretics?
I do. Oh
What
man,
have you
the character
done?
just got
I don't know. I
Got
don't.
very Christian all of a sudden.
No,
I don't know
it's
why.
You created, a
I
cross.
don't know why I didn't realise that was going to happen.
You created a cross of all of your heresy.
I mean, you
Oh
could
man,
just
now
got
they've-
Control Z. But
It's been a really
I'll
long
fix
day,
it.
guys.
It's,
It's been a really long day. There we go. What? No, you're not helping.
Oh, no.
You just got kicked.
map tools.
You broke it. I guess
Okay.
we relaunch then.
Yeah. A load of errors on my
I
end.
mean, are we?
Should be
I'm
able to.
still on
I've
the
saved it.
server. Oh no, there it goes. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna have to restart map tools on my end as well.
So
Yeah.
I
Getting
can't
a
do
ton of
anything
errors.
anyway. So
Yeah, I keep getting an error thrown up.
I get it.
There we go.
you just have to close it and open it
Fuck
again.
off. There we go.
Yeah, it's going
Go
to keep
away.
coming up over and over and over again.
Even when I'm trying to close it, it's there we go. It's closed.
Yeah, like no, you can't close it. There's an error. Like I know that's why I'm trying to close it.
Yes.
It's when there's an error bringing up an error.
It's like my
Error.
old
Too much
lap-
errors. Okay. Fuck's
My
sake.
old
Game.
laptop would constantly freeze, so I'd have to open the task manager, which would then freeze. So I'd have to open another instance of the task manager just to close the first instance of the task manager. So I could open the task manager to close the thing that froze. And then it would
Yeah.
chain like that
Are you
forever.
kidding me?
What?
Yes.
The campaign may have become corrupted.
What?
Error
Oh.
while reading campaign file. Fuck's sake, map tools. I will have to remake that.
It's not the end of the world. It's not
It's
like
not. It's just going to take me a
anything.
Just think,
second.
Beanie, now all your pretty pictures are pretty again.
That's true, but those
We
pretty
have to
pictures
fix
probably aren't going
that.
to be on there because I'm not going to bother importing them all.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you did have the pretty pictures, we would need to fix them to make them prettier.
Alright, so I'll start a server.
Everything looks prettier when it has 1,000 eyes.
You should be alright to just join. Oh, for God's sake, that's annoying.
is it the same stuff as before?
Yeah,
Same.
yeah,
seven?
that's all the same. Server stuff's still the same.
Cool.
Oh, someone's got Wrath of the Righteous campaign.
Wait, what?
Server not found.
Just do it again. I
Try
had the
again.
same problem. Just do it again.
Oh,
It's
okay.
because I said as I was loading up that I was doing it, so you
Oh,
probably
we're
joined
doing
as
this.
I was loading it.
We're on grass now.
Well, I'm not. I'd rather get the battle done than mess around making making the cracked mud and sort
I'm
of.
going to delete this, I just want to check something.
So it's a bit thicker so you can actually see it.
Oh, damn it!
What?
All the campaign properties are gone, which means all the token properties
Yeah.
are gone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate side effect. We'll
Who's
sort that
making
out
a
at another
complete
point.
mess?
What you mean on the map?
Yeah.
As I say, I'm not spending ages doing this. I'm just trying to get rid of that bloody thing. Oh, fuck's sake.
You can edit undo. Don't forget.
I know. I just couldn't be. I don't know. All right. Tokens.
Good job. Whoever did
Well
that.
done. You're helping a lot.
Bear in mind that they're all just about to die, apart from like the two below
Yeah,
us.
but we
so-
do need to know positions and
I
stuff.
was gonna say yeah. Also, you're assuming a lot.
Assumptions
because
we can
One of
ask
them
after doing your
is
mumptions.
dead. You guys.
The secret is, as soon as we kill all of them, they become not dead. And it turns out they're all actually demon lords. Trapped inside the bodies of drow. Trapped inside the bodies of demon lords.
If you can remember whereabouts you were.
Don't remember exact distances is the problem.
I'll
That's
have a
where
quick
I
look.
was in relation to Kamar.
I know
the,
kind of the distances just because I measured it out for the
Yeah.
sunlight.
I think I was about here. I think these two were about here.
I think they were fair bit closer than they actually are now. I think they're about there. Because they're about 10 feet out of his 30-foot range, I think. So they were in range and they moved about 10 feet back, so it should be about there. Flynt was there.
I think the priestess was 5 foot closer towards me. I think.
Yes, she was.
Also, they were a lot closer. than
Eldiff
that.
was there. No, they were a bit further away. They were that. Ooh. Don't know.
That's where Kamar was.
Turvey. If that's not where Kamar was, because they were further away from Kamar than that.
That's how close it was in relation to me, at least.
And I don't know if you want to put the
that's
corpse back in as well.
You're a bit further forward than you were. Flynt had stepped forward to attack, as had Eldif, so that's where it's off there. Turvey was there. Stool. Sorry about this, folks. Lots of technical issues because can't help not being. Stool's there. Is that, am I missing anybody? Is that everybody?
Unless you want to put
Eldif's there.
unless you want to put the corpse in thing I guys killed.
We can manage about that. It doesn't really add anything to the combat. Alright, so we're fixed, we've done it. Kamar's such a ferocious attack on the drow, it actually broke the server. Well done. And the campaign. Well done, Mike.
I mean, let's be honest, deep down we all knew that Kamar would break the campaign.
Oh, Renlan is, for what it's worth, prone, but it's your turn now, and I'm assuming you're going to stand up.
Well, it depends. How easy is it for me to see the priestess from here?
You ruined my macros.
You basically, while you're prone, you're kind of looking between Kamar's legs to see her. So she's basically got half cover of Kamar in the way.
Fine, I'll move then. I'll get up, I'll move, and then take him a shot. Hold on.
Who ruined?
No, I'll just leave it at that. 13.
What are you talking about, ruined?
That's a hit.
My amazing alliteration.
Did you say that's a hit?
Yep.
Ruined. My
Ruined.
kinky butt sex.
14 damage.
Kinky butt sex never ruins anything,
14
Phil.
damage.
Ruins my amazing alliteration.
It made it so much better.
A green orb flies once more from Renlan's hand and smashes against the already hideously injured priestess, who is flung backwards from the force of it, and there's a cracking sound as her head hits the floor. She is very much, well, at the very least, let's say not conscious. Unless she was dead still for reasons.
I did say she was next, I just didn't say I was going to kill her.
You doing anything else, Laurie?
No, it's my turn.
Okay, Anwar.
Anwar is going to not phase through the wall. I'm going to take a shot at the Drow Elite Warrior.
Okay.
Go on the left.
Yeah, this guy.
Roll your attack.
21.
21 is a hit.
Cool. For what it's worth, because I forgot to say anything, I'll just say this was just a normal shot.
I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to do the thunder shots. As I say,
That's a bonus action.
Oh, fair enough.
I think.
I mean, what else are you going to use a bonus action for?
I'm more than fine with you saying you did that. As I said before, though, I am going to, especially in subterranean tunnels, I am going to bear in mind that you are using a very loud method of attack.
Oh, I know. That's the thing. No, you don't understand. It's okay. I'm stealthy.
Apparently,
it's not the stealth that's the issue.
16 damage.
Okay.
I was going to say, apparently, my Alpha Tool 5 brocked.
I don't even know where you got the Alpha Tool 5. Anyway, I'll see the 5 actually.
Alpha, the S looks like a 5.
Anyway,
it looks like a T.
Yes, as Anwar, you let off your cannon once more, and again the entire tunnel shakes with the vibration of the sound. However, the bullet does strike true and slams through the Drow's left arm.
Maybe he's shooting with vibranium.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I invented vibranium.
Isn't the whole point of I know this is a massive tangent. Isn't the point of vibranium that it doesn't vibrate?
Yes, exactly right. It absorbs sound effectively.
Yeah.
No, I know, but you don't understand. This had nothing to do with sound. Magic propelled it.
Sure thing, buddy.
Sure, move
on.
It
was propelled by magic, Mike.
Yes, magic that created basically a miniature fireball in your weapon. A very loud fireball.
Yeah, a very loud fireball, which is awesome.
There's a reason it's called a thunder
if
cannon.
There was some sort of signs that would do that.
Charges forwards.
What's a science?
Science, that's heresy.
No, it's not.
Flint.
I know.
flings his pick forwards towards the drow, but again the drow brings his sword around and just knocks the pick away. The drow is then going to, let's see.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, don't come closer.
Oh, that's exactly what we should do.
No, run further away. I want to hit you with my sword. Did I do it right?
Fight me, if you dare.
Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. I don't even know what that's a meme from. Like, I know
It's
the
just a-
meme.
Warhammer 40k.
Warhammer.
Is it 40k? Yeah, makes sense.
Alright. The drow, elite warrior, seems to, like, as the priestess falls, his disposition changes massively. And in a furious roar, he screams.
That's a clicky scream right there.
Sorry, I'm really tired. I'm trying to think what he would say here.
Please don't kill me. Have mercy.
Nope. Also,
I'm
making me
watching
laugh
the
makes
wrong
it take me longer to think fucking stuff. He
The
screams.
things we do in Sacrifice for Entertainment.
You better hope these bastards kill you, because if you get out of this alive, the mistress is going to have you sacrificed. And he's saying this obviously to the mercenary to his side, and he is then going to say, at the very least, hold them off while I escape, and is going to run away because he realizes that he's not going to win this fight.
So in other words, he tells the other guy that, hey, if you run away, you'll die. But I won't.
Yeah, basically.
You there, peasant, die fighting my wars.
Basically, yes. Oh no, it'll specific.
Drows are just complete cowards.
I mean,
You mean drowards?
Drowards, yeah.
you're welcome. You're welcome to think that. He has his very good reasonings for not wanting to, die. And Flynt is going to catch him with a pick, with his pickaxe before he flees. However, 7 damage. But that's the only attack that gets off as the drow then rushes down the corridor.
Oh
Hey.
Yeah. So he is effectively gone.
You
He's
crying.
No. I need to know exactly how far away he is here, Beanie.
he just spent 60 feet of movement
So how
from
far away
Flynt,
is he that?
who what? So he would have been 30 feet away from you. So he's just gone 90 feet away from you. Do I need to keep him on the map?
He's 90 feet away from me
Yep.
at the moment. He
That
doesn't
is-
stay on the map.
Okay.
Yeah, that is actually a doable distance with some spells.
It is.
And range attacks.
Wait, he's still in range of me. I just won't be able to see him anymore.
I can see him, and he's in range of me.
And I'll
you
just
have
move
dark
you,
vision?
Phil, don't worry.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a very good point. You can't see him,
Um,
Phil. Would that make a difference there?
How far did we decide Dawnbringer was?
Like 30 foot.
60 feet total.
It's
60
60
feet
total.
including.
It's 60 feet. It's 30
How
and
much
30.
is light?
Light is 20 foot both ways, so 40 total.
40 total.
So he is not. If you're based on either low light vision or just normal light. Wait, if you're based on normal light without low light vision, then you can't see him.
Wait, am I being dumb? Where's Cobalt on this thing? Oh, there it is. Okay.
I moved him down for measurements.
Measurements. Right.
And with him out of your sight range, he's dissipated into the darkness. Cobalt,
Ooh.
it's your turn. Speaking of,
Just letting you know, I'm gonna try and use one of my shiny new abilities next turn on that guy.
Is it called run,
Have
run,
you
run really
slept yet,
fast?
though? Because if you just leveled up, you wouldn't have it yet.
Well, that's up to
Unless
me
it's
to decide whether or not it's not.
abilities that you would restore by long rests, you don't get until you've done a long rest.
Yeah, so it's my new feat charger. So
Oh, that's not a thing like that. So no, that's fine.
Yeah. Yep. Like oh boy, dead.
Huh. Oh well.
Because Kamar is all about this.
How
Now, brown cow?
What'd you call me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, bitch.
How dead's that guy looking?
Not hugely. He's looking more worried than dead at this point.
Yeah, give it a turn.
Like what you were joking about before with him saying, fight my battle for me, peasant. That it doesn't look like he's going to run. It looks like he's legitimately going to do that. He fears what consequence might befall him if he doesn't.
He'd rather die to us than be sacrificed.
Guiding bolt him.
Yes.
Does being sacrificed involve breaking his kneecaps? Because we can make them so much.
Being sacrificed can involve many different things depending on the deity you're sacrificing to.
No.
Once more, your guiding bolt fires into the distance, and although this guy's worried, he still is very much aware of his surroundings and does dodge to the side as it hits the wall instead.
It wasn't very well guided then, was it?
Yeah, for a spell called guiding bolt, it's surprisingly easy to miss with it.
No, it's guiding,
not guided. That's the thing. That's the problem. You need to get guided bolt.
Exactly the same thing there.
Yep.
Eldeth.
Guided bolt, also
Moves
known as magic
forwards,
missile.
Swings her warhammer twice.
Buddy,
misses both times.
You're in my way now.
Stool dodges. Turvy readies. Spider. He is going to...
you can still charge.
Yeah, that's up to Beanie whether or not I'm allowed to charge through 2 people.
You can.
You can, but it's more the fact that you'd have to charge and then be side by side with him. That'd be a bit odd.
You can run.
You can do that. You're basically running past him and kind of dragging it aside. The
The
charger is specifically fairly... I forget the word I'm looking for, but not particularly detailed, unlike charge from previous systems. Vague, that's it. And that's what D&D 5th is. It is vague. And that's kind of what makes it such a nice system to DM. So I'm actually completely okay with saying that's enough. Yes. Yeah.
A World of Darkness has been getting away with that shit for years. We're making this purposely vague so you can do what the fuck you want. For storytelling.
And then everyone takes larceny.
He does
nothing else.
And then
he does back up
ruins
again.
it for everyone
Provoking
else.
attacks. That's 2 misses. He then brings his crossbow up again and takes a shot at Eldith.
Shots.
Of.
That is a
Eldith
11.
body.
So that's a miss.
150 proof whiskey.
Eldith brings her shield up and
150
batters the
proof.
crossbow bolt aside.
I don't
As the worried drow seems to be stumbling in his attacks. Kamar.
Then I make
He actually opened up the space. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Alright, roll your attack.
You can do it.
Okay, so I don't get any pluses to the hit.
No, you just get +5 to the damage.
Yep.
That's a crit. Alright.
That's 20.
Nice.
Okay, so for to mark the occasion, I'm also going to smite him for funsies.
Mhm.
Okay, so I double the dice, don't I?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that will in fact be
But
60,
not of the smite, I don't think.
68 plus 10 is what it's going to be.
For what it's worth, although smite doesn't go off when you've rolled, you do need to state it before you roll, I believe.
No,
it's not.
No, you
Oh,
specifically state whether you use it after you've made the attack roll.
Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah, when you hit. Okay, I was just thinking 'cause that's fairly broken with crits, but okay, if it's in the rules, it's in the
No,
rules.
that's the whole thing. Is that one of the things that paladins do really well is that they nova really well. Where you go.
So unless I'm misunderstanding this entirely,
Yeah, but
I'm
a
actually
smite
rolling.
itself doesn't crit, though, does it?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Double all dice.
Yep. So unless I'm misreading the situation, this is in fact 68 plus 10 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds right.
I'll believe you. I've not got the stuff in front of me, so I can't check it.
27 damage after all that.
So Matt,
Yeah.
just
Same as the
looked it
roll.
up. 150 proof would be about 75% alcohol content.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That would knock you the
That's
fuck
not
out.
Illegal.
It's also something you can you can buy for 130 proof easily.
Mike, what's your
130.
What's your
proof, that
strength?
would be-
65%.
70.
Yeah,
Alright.
65 you can, but I feel higher than that you
Yeah,
start
70.
getting
So-
into.
Come on, you rush down the corridor and leap into this thing, Dawnbringer, between you and him, using the full weight of your body to send this going straight into his stomach and out of his back. he coughs blood on you as you're brought close to each other, and as you pull your blade out, he kind of stumbles down to one knee because yet again you've reduced the enemy to 1 hit point.
For fuck's sake!
This is just this is happening.
68
this encounter.
plus 10 damage. Nothing.
That's just terrible roll. Like 17 for 68 is terrible.
Yeah.
24 is the average.
In the chat. No, Sting has posted something, Phil.
Anything else? That's actually all your actions and your bonus, and you went unless.
Can I take a free action to spit on him?
No, unfortunately, that's an attack action.
What?
I'm enforcing this as a rule to kind of just. 'Cause I feel like Kamar's getting a little too offensive, so we've got to put a bit of.
I think he's not getting offensive enough.
How much damage does spitting on someone do?
It does mental damage.
It does a lot.
I would gladly kill someone by spitting on them.
It's basically a free vicious mockery. Yeah, it's the same joke that Laurie just made.
1d4 damage. Cool, I'll do that next turn.
Renlan, your turn.
If he's alive,
which is better?
Yeah, but
To actually get a line of sight on him.
Either way, you've got half cover against you.
Matt, you notice how very clear in the description it says it's not available in several countries because of its alcohol content.
Yeah, also notice
how damaged
this
does
is a
he
UK
look?
website.
Guys, can we... it's got to the point where I can't hear
£30.
people over you guys talking about this. Can we focus on the game? I'm tired enough of that. I'm trying to...
If you've
speak
got
over
someone
people.
else to talk about, you just type it in chat. Anyways, how damaged does he look?
He's on what? He's quite literally on 1 hit point. Like he's down to 1 knee. He is barely able to even breathe. He's rasping as if one lung has already
He's got
collapsed.
half cover. I was like, well, I could always sing as we mentioned the whole D4 thing. I'm going to vicious mockery.
He gets a wisdom
Like,
save.
you won't escape us, coward.
What's your DC?
It is now 14.
He is not proficient in that, so that means that's a hit.
So he's dead.
So as he falls to the floor, barely managing to escape the hideous sword wound, Renlan charges up and tells him that he won't escape. At which point, there's a pop of blood as one of his eardrums just bursts, and he just falls to the floor dead.
I'm
Like,
calling.
half cover. Oh, I guess I'll just shout at him and be rude. Hey,
Vicious Mockery is one of my favourite spells just for that kind of logic.
That was my victory.
If it's a drow, is it more like your mum was a very nice person? It's like, oh god.
And with that, I'm actually going to draw a session to an end because I'm getting tired and I don't know what it is, but I'm just exhausted tonight.
Also,
gonna
the
say-
mantle's broke, so we've lost all our lovely art.
Also true, which has partially broken me mentally
I'm
as
gonna
well.
say that I take full credit for killing that guy, and he just died due to hemorrhaging.
You can't say that, but you'd be wrong.
To be fair, all you heard from Renlan was just him insulting the guy. You don't necessarily know that's a spell. So, anyway,
There you go.
thank you for watching, folks. I'm going to end my stream now, and we'll sort out XP off camera.